Hi, this is Mr. Guy, and this is my introduction to myself. And I want to tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit more than what I said in class today. I am 61 years old, and I was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut. My mom and my dad basically had four kids. I was the third out of four. There was Mary Ann, Steve, myself, and then my younger brother, Alan. We lived in Connecticut for 4 years, and then we moved to Bethesda, Maryland, where we lived for about a year and a half, and then finally we ended up in Manassas, Virginia. So I went to elementary school, middle school, high school in Manassas, Virginia. So from 1965 basically until 1979, that's when I graduated from Osborne High School. And then I went to Virginia Tech, and I went to Tech, lived in a dorm for 2 years, and then lived in apartments. So I was a fraternity member of AE Pi fraternity. There's the Jewish fraternity at Virginia Tech, but we didn't have any Jewish students there, so it's kind of interesting. I majored in economics and marketing, and I got a job in 1983 in July in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So I kind of went back home in banking. I worked for People's Bank in their management training program, and I was training for about a year, 18 months. And then I was assistant manager, floating assistant manager, and then I got assistant manager position at East Side branch, and then I went to the Park Avenue branch, and then finally I was ready to be a branch manager, and I worked in the Brookfield branch of People's Bank. From there, I went to Sound Beach Financial Corp. I specialized in mortgages and was involved in pricing and sales. And I did that for about 3 years, and then the mortgage industry died. So from there, I decided to go back to my old staple job. In high school, in my senior year, I worked at Pizza Hut, and then for 4 years at Virginia Tech, I worked at Pizza Hut as a cook. So when I lost my job at Sound Beach Financial Corp because the industry had died, mortgages were gone, I went to Pizza Hut to be a cook at night and then look for a job during the day. And they finally convinced me, and since there was very few jobs, that I became an assistant manager at Pizza Hut, and then I became a manager eventually at the Portchester Pizza Hut. Then I transferred to Santa Ana Pizza Hut. My brother convinced me to live with him, so I moved out with him for a new life and to be with him. So I went to the Santa Ana Pizza Hut, and I lived in Costa Mesa for about 5 years. I worked at Pizza Hut for a couple of years, and then I decided to go into computer sales. I went first in laser resources and selling CD-ROMs, and then I decided I could make more money selling Mac computers and Mac peripherals. So I worked at Mac Mall in Torrance, California, and then Club Mac in Irvine, California. And it was really good money for a single guy. I was making 60, 70, $80,000 a year and just taking orders over the phone. But I never had a job that I truly loved. I had a lot of jobs that I liked. And finally, I talked to my mom when she was out visiting my brother and I, and she said, "Why don't you become a teacher?" It sparked a thought in my head, and I said, "That's pretty cool." I did some research, and I went to Chapman University, did some internships in my student teaching at Santiago High School in Garden Grove, and finally became a teacher. My first job was at Orange Middle School teaching eighth grade history, and then my first real full-time job was at Santiago High School in Norco or Corona, California, and I taught work experience, accounting, business law, and all the business classes. And I did that for 3 years. I loved it, and I coached baseball and coached soccer and just had a great time. And finally, I did get married in 1999 to my wife, Angel, and we got married, and she had a son, Chase, who's my stepson, and he was living in Gilbert, Arizona. So we were doing the California to Gilbert, Arizona commute, and then finally we decided to move to Arizona to be closer. So we split time with Chase, and he spent 2 days with us and then 2 days with his dad, back and forth. I did Boy Scouts with him, Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. It was a lot of fun. In Arizona, I worked at Desert Mountain High School for the first 4 years, and I did multiple jobs. Sometimes I had 2 to 3 jobs. I worked at a marketing research firm. I delivered newspapers. And then finally, I decided to get a full-time job at night, and I worked at Progressive Insurance. So I would work from 6:30 to say 2:30 to 3 at the school, and then I would work at Progressive from like 3:30 to midnight. And I did that for 10 years, and then they decided to change their schedules, and I couldn't work around their schedule. So I worked at ASU in their financial aid. It was a phone job. It was a call center, and I worked from 4 to 1 o'clock in the morning. So I did the same thing for there for about 4 years, and finally my kids got me to quit and basically have one job. So I've been doing speech and debate. I teach econ, government, AP, regular, and I also have taught American history and world history. Evan is now 31, Chase is 21, and Evan is still at NAU. He's in nursing, and Chase graduated from ASU and went to Santa Cruz, and works in industrial design. Used to be Plantronics, and he makes headphones and earphones and those kind of things. Um, I love to water ski, snow ski. I love to read. My wife and I will watch a documentary every night or every Friday night, sorry, and we like to watch different movies, comedies. We have our shows on Netflix that we stream. We sold our condo in Gilbert since 2004 to 2021. So it was a long time that we lived in Gilbert, and we sold it. And then we're living in a trailer in Mesa, and we're building a tiny home. And it's a modern tiny home. It's pretty cool. It's 340 square foot. It's got black ceilings. It's just a really cool place, and I'll be able to show you guys the designs, and we'll get it in October. Um, I just love teaching. I love what I'm doing. I actually love econ, and government is a lot of fun. I won't be doing any other coaching but speech and debate because that takes up a lot of time. I'll help students with tutoring if you need any help before school. I'm typically here at 6:30 to 6:45, and then I'm here afterwards. I'll be doing the scoreboard for basketball and soccer. I'll take tickets. I'll be doing that, so you'll see me around school quite a bit. I'm looking forward to a great year. Hopefully, this gives you a little information about me and the different jobs I've had, different careers that I've had, different experiences that I've had, and yes, like I told a couple of the classes, I am vegan. I did it for my wife to support her for health reasons, and I've been a vegan for 10 years. And that's something that we do, and we like that. And I'm trying to eat healthy. I am going to try to run a half marathon in the near future, so I'm going to try to get in shape and do that. So, but I'll be here for you. I'll be here for answering your questions, helping you in any way possible, and giving you experience. And I just want to have a good year and a good class. So it's a little bit about me. Hopefully, this was helpful, and thank you so much. Bye bye.